What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again, and we're here for another early morning Hot Toys preview. And today we have no other than the Batman, also known by some as the Midman. Hot Toys has made an announcement post that he has officially released. That said, we're going to take a look at the photos and make sure everything looks up to par. Guys, before we get started, make sure to like the video down below, click the subscribe button, and of course, click the notification bell for updates related to this channel. That said, let's take a look at the photos. So before we get started, you can see you have the Bat Cycle here. You have Robert Pattinson Batman. I think honestly that this head sculpt looks a lot like the original sort of updated prototype. Originally, they put out a prototype and they said, you know what? We think that's probably not good enough because in-art exists now. And now we're going to update this head sculpt and make it better for you guys. And it was better. They updated the hair, they updated the head sculpt, and overall it looked a lot better. And I think, honestly, this figure came out looking pretty close to that updated prototype. So to me, I think this overall is a win. I do think the proportions are not quite as good as what I've seen from the in-art prototype. That said, I do think this came out as a really good figure. And I do think the fact that Hot Toys hit the market first is going to bode very well for them, because I think there are a lot of people who are hungry to have this Batman in their collection. And because of that, they're going to want the one that they can obtain the fastest. And that obviously is going to be the Hot Toys, because in-art is not releasing theirs just yet. I'm assuming probably Q1 of next year would be my speculation, but I guess only time will tell. That said, overall, I think this looks really good. I think the shape of the cowl looks correct. The armor details look pretty great. Again, this armor always to me looks sort of militaristic like, and I think overall it looks like that in figure form. So I think they captured the essence of it pretty effectively. That said, I think this is going to have a lot of presence on the shelf. The cape looks great. The bat symbol in the middle looks great. The armor padding looks great. I think overall this looks good. I think most people are probably going to use the cowl regardless, but you know, you could put him in a really cool dynamic pose like this with the cowl in his hand and the sort of flippy hair there, as you would call it. So I think this looks great. This is a very good head sculpt. For those who are going to display their figure like this, I think you're quite mad. So I think this is going to be pretty interesting. If you display your figure like this, for sure, let me know. I want to see the pose and see how it turns out. But maybe if you had like a separate Batman, maybe you would do something like this. But if you just had one, probably not. These blogger photos are pretty fucking cool. This photographer did a really, really nice job really capturing sort of the marketing of the film and the different poses and the different lighting techniques and stuff. This looks freaking awesome, dude. They really went all out for this one. And it's amazing what Hot Toys will go all out for when there's competition directly for that figure, because I think they really gave this figure their all because they knew they were going head to head with in-art. Again, Hot Toys is much bigger, we get that, but at the same time, I do think they know that consumers, a lot of the diehard collectors, are trying to decide between these two companies, and Hot Toys really wanted to bring their A game, and I do think they did here. I don't think this is going to be better than the in-art Batman, but I think Hot Toys delivered something really good here. I think that overall the proportions are a little bit bulkier than probably what Robert Pattinson looked like in the film, but I do think overall it looks pretty good. And when you have this on your shelf in 1/6 scale, I don't think you're going to see a massive discrepancy and be like, he looks too fucking big. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think this looks good. The movable eyes is a really nice touch. I think that adds a lot of, possibilities in terms of how you pose this guy and how you end up displaying him. Because again, you can move his eyes in different positions, put him in more poses that seem natural to the eye position, and just overall have a good time posing it and enjoying it. So I think a lot of people will probably pose their Batman with the cowl in the hand like this, or just put the cowl on his head, such as this. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. The Bat Cycle, I think a lot of people are probably going to end up passing on that, would be my speculation, but let me know in the comments below about whether you're considering picking up this Bat Cycle. I do think it looks good. I don't know if you're going to be getting this from in-art or anyone else anytime soon, but in the meantime, if you do want the Bat Cycle and you're a really big fan of the film, I think you can do some cool things with it. You can clearly pose him enough to get him on there, and I think that it's going to be good for people. So yeah, you can do so much. This guy looks so cool, and with the different face plates and the different weaponry and stuff like that. I think this is a really cool looking figure. And again, I think a lot of people are going to be very satisfied with this. Whether the in-art one is better or not, it is more expensive for the rooted version. The sculpted version is more expensive, but not so much so, not crazily so, like maybe $50 or something like that. So nothing crazy there. But this looks really good. I mean, these are really, really good photos by Jingo Bell Photography, so kudos to them. I think this is a really, really nice looking figure. And again, Hot Toys will bring their A game, particularly when they know they have direct competition. And they did here. This was the first figure that in-art and Hot Toys went directly toe to toe, where both companies were sort of releasing this figure at a similar time frame and at a somewhat similar price. Just depends on which version you end up picking up. But there's the Bat Signal as well. That looks pretty cool. This actually looks really dope with all the accessories, the Bat Signal and the Bat Cycle and Batman just standing there. That looks really great. Honestly, can't say enough good things about this. I think this looks really good. And for the price you're paying nowadays in today's market, when a J&D Joker is probably $800 and you're paying what, like, you know, $300 for this, $350, you know, then that's a pretty good value. So I do think Hot Toys is delivering something very special here and very good. So I do think people are going to be very happy with that. And I already saw some people posting saying they were going to get first batch and things like that. So you haven't really seen that as much lately, as many people saying like, I'm going to buy first batch. Everyone's kind of been waiting a little bit. I feel like people have been a little more patient. This photo is awesome, by the way. They probably destroyed this figure in the process unless the water is fake, but it doesn't look like it. So hopefully they had extras. They had spares on hand. But yeah, this bat cycle looks great too. But yeah, that is such a good photo. So kudos to them on that one. Yeah, I think the head sculpt looks good. Do I think it's the best head sculpt Hot Toys has ever done? No, I don't, but I think it's a good head sculpt. I think it's one where, you know, most people are going to be satisfied with it. I think at the end of the day, you know, does it look enough like Robert Pattinson? Yeah. Is it a good head sculpt? Probably like an 8, right? But I don't think it's a 10. But if you put the cowl on and put him in a pose like that, damn, I love this pose. With the eyes looking up like that, it looks so sinister. I like that. And, you know, he's a vigilante. That's what he does. So, yeah, this is really good, guys. I really like this. I think this came out really nice, and I'm happy for people that are going to pick this one up. I don't think I will, because I'm trying to get the in-art version, you know, at least for review. So for me, I'm probably going to end up passing on this one, but I am interested to see what people think about it and the overall perception of it, because I think it's going to be positive. I think it's going to be positive, but, you know, we're inevitably going to compare them. Of course, there's going to be some who say you can't compare, blah, 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 but those are the two companies that people are going to be making the decision based off of. So when you have these two figures and people want a Batman, those are the two they're going to be looking at. In-art's sold out at this point, so it's hard to even find one. I can't even find one right now, and it's been very difficult. So yeah, it's a process. And, you know, I think this looks great though. This looks great. I mean, the hair looks great. I love the interswappable sort of hair pieces. I love the faceplate that you can adjust. I think this is pretty cool. So this is, I mean, yeah, I don't know what else more to say other than I think they did a really good job here. And I think this looks like what they advertised, the updated head sculpt. So yeah, I think people are going to be very happy with this. With the cowl on, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. The proportions aren't as great as in art, like I mentioned. And I think the overall texture of the suit looks a little bit better on the in art, but overall this looks great. And I think people are going to be very happy with this. I've always liked this base. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the light up feature on it. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy displaying that. But again, I think the accessories with this guy are awesome. If you ended up picking these up with the bat symbol and the bat cycle, I think you're going to be very happy with that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm excited to hear everyone's thoughts on this one. But to me, I think this is a win. I think Hot Toys did a good job here, and I'm excited to see what else they release in the future. Clearly, they're on a Batman kick because they just released the Ben Affleck Batman. And now they released a Pattinson Batman. Who knows what else they'll release in the near future Batman related? Hopefully Bane, right? Bane would be great, but I think he's due sometime next year, so probably not anytime soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, comment, like, subscribe down below. Click the notification bell for updates, and let me know your thoughts, you know, in the comments about what you think about this figure. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. See you later. Bye, bye, bye.